everyone, welcome back. We're going to start turn 3 of Dungeon Twister Prison. Before we begin though, one mistake that I need to fix from turn 1. We revealed this room and we populated the room with 3 objects. But when I was placing these 2 objects here, I somehow could not read this card. And I placed a telescoping spear here when I rolled a red 5. According to the card here, red 5 is at the end of this row here. So this should have actually been here instead. The key also was a red 1, which should have been here and not here. So I hope that didn't cause too much confusion. Having fixed that, we're gonna start turn number 3. Just to recap what's going on, we have several characters here, 2 still on the starting line. The wizard is all the way up here with 2 NPCs. The wizard is wounded, and I honestly don't think there's too much we can do to save him. So with wounded characters, you can't move them, and essentially they're treated as objects that other characters that you control can go and pick up. And then there's a character in the game, the cleric, who can heal adjacent characters. So once you pick it up, you can drop it off in front of the cleric for the character to be healed. So let's turn our focus back to the characters who can actually do stuff down here. And on this turn, we're playing the 4 actions card. So 4 actions to do. So here are the 4 tokens. What to do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so for the first thing that I'm going to do, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to reveal this room to see what's in there, and see whether there's anything that could help us out. I will activate the Naga for 1 action point. He is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. So on his way, he picked up his key. He's now over here. And spend 1 action point. He's going to open this portcullis with his key. So this is now opened. And then his 3rd action, he's going to go 1, 2. Actually, let's go this way. And then the final action here would be revealing the room. So, just gonna do that. We have room 37, and it is counterclockwise. Let's draw 3 tokens from the bag and see what we get. First token. It's an NPC. It's a Banshee NPC. Alright. Second token. It's a rope. 3rd token. Fireball wand. Alright. Let's go ahead and roll our dice. We'll first roll for the Banshee NPC. Oh, 6 and a 6. So we get to choose where to place him. I think I'll place him right here, far away from our heroes. Rolling for rope. We have 4, 2, which is 4, 2 here. Oh, red 4. See? I'm doing this wrong again. Red 4, white 2, right here. It's inside this wall here, this room. Rolling for the wand, fireball wand, doesn't really matter. Our wizard's gonna die next. We have 5 and 3. White 5, red 3. So white 5, red 3 is right here, which is a pit trap. So we get to re-roll. So let's re-roll that. 1 and 3. 1 red, white 3. 1 red, white 3. Right here. Since we've drawn the Banshee, we're gonna grab its corresponding NPC card and place it along with our other active NPCs. And then that would be the end of our actions. And it's time for reinforcements, because the 4 actions card does have a green symbol, which is the difficulty that we chose to play with. To gain reinforcements, we take the NPC deck and just draw a top card. We have Lupo the Slitherer. So let's grab his token. Lupo right here. And he just gets placed along with the other active NPCs in front of us. In terms of his position, we'll grab all of the active room cards, and we should have 4. Shuffle. And we have 38 counterclockwise, which is this room. We're going to take a dice. We have 1 and 1. Mr. Lupo, 1 and 1. He's going to be here in the corner, blocking our path. Okay, that's reinforcements. Next up, we have the NPC activation. And we know what's going to happen. We'll say goodbye to the wizard. Let's grab our NPC deck, give it a shuffle. And then our activation order is the new NPC that came out. His name is Senth. Lupo, Wicked, and the Extremist. Senth, the NPC, his primary objective is to exit. He can repulse, reveal room, take object, rotate room, regroup. In terms of his special ability, regardless of its objective, if Senth is adjacent to a portcullis, it may use its scream for 1 action point to destroy it. It may do so at any time during its activation, and even several times as necessary to meet its objective. Okay, interesting. Alright, let's take a look at what he can do. First is exit with 4 action points. His movement is 4. I don't think he can do that, but let's take a look on the board. Senth is standing right here. Now, to move out, he has 4 action points to exit. To move out, he cannot go this way. There's a pit trap here, and you can't jump through a pit trap diagonally like that. You have to just go across. So he can't go this way because he won't be able to jump over this pit trap. He could go this way. There's a portcullis here, but as we saw on his card, his special ability is that he can spend an action point and break this. So let's say he spends 1 action point to scream and shatter the portcullis. It's now broken. Second action point, move, and he can move 4. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Third action point, move again, 1, 2, 3. Here's another pit trap. Fourth action point would just be jumping like that. So as you can see, he cannot exit with those 4 action points. On his activation card, he has repulse 5 action points. Let's take a look at whether he can do that. The repulse action essentially is pushing back an enemy character, back 1 space. So this NPC, if he could do so, if he could get within line of sight of an enemy character, he can spend 2 action points to repulse it. Let's see if we can do that. Our closest character would be Naga, who's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Jump was 1. And that was 3. Fourth one would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. That's 1 to break open, move. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Third one would be to move again. 1, 2, 3. And then fourth, jump. Fifth, get within line of sight. And he actually, again, has no more action points to repulse because, yes, he is in the line of sight of our Naga, but he needs to spend 2 action points now to repulse, and he has none left. So that doesn't change anything. He doesn't have enough. Okay, his third objective is revealing room with three action points. Now, you can see that that's easily done. I'm just going to remove this token because he's not going to break open the portcullis. He's standing right next to an unrevealed room, so he can easily spend 1 action point and flip this tile over. We have room 40 counterclockwise. Let's populate the room with 3 tokens. First one, a bow. Second one, our Colossus. Third one, enemy Colossus. So the bow, 6 white, red 4. 6 is anywhere here along these columns. 4 is this row here, so anywhere along this. I think I would place it right on the gear here. So, rolling for our Colossus. 3 and 1. Red 3. White 1. He's right here. Red 3, white 1. And finally, the enemy Colossus. Let's reroll that. 2, 1. Uh-oh. Pretty close to our Colossus. So 2 white. Red 1. Actually, that's a pit trap, so we have to reroll. Okay. Red 4, white 3. Red 4, white 3. I don't think that's a legal placement because there's already a token there. For the purpose of revealing a room, you can't do that. So we have to reroll again. Yay. 6 white, red 3. 6 white. Red 3 is here. So anywhere along this. Alright, I'm just going to place it here then. We grab Arthas, the new NPC, and place it at the end of the activation line. So he will actually activate this turn instead of next turn. Yikes. Second in line for activation is Lupo. His first and primary objective is take object with 4 action points. And the objects that he would go for is in this order. He'll go for the bow and then telescoping spear. So let's see whether he can reach, say, the bow with 4 action points. The bow is all the way down here. And Mr. Lupo is here. I really doubt. Let's try it out. Okay, he can move 6 and he has 4 action points to take object. So that's 24 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he can't do it because he cannot move through my character here. So he cannot even exit this room through this way. Maybe he can take the key first. 1. No. Okay, so he can't do that. He'll have to go for the telescoping spear, which he can easily do with his movement. First action, he'll move 6, 1, 2. Again, he can move through the arrow slits with his special ability that all Nagas have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure enough, with just one action point, he goes and takes the telescoping spear. Ouch. Next up, we have Weekend. He's an extra wizard. He'll try to exit with 5 action points. I don't think he can do that, but let's take a look. Here he is, 5 action points, and his movement value is 3, so 15 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was one action. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 1 action, 1, 2, so 2 action. Jump, 3 action, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, he cannot exit. Second objective is take object with 4 action points, and he wants the bow. The bow's out on the board alright, but I don't think he can reach there with 4 action points. It's far away. The next one is the rope. Let's see if he can do that with 4 action points. First action, 1, 2, 3. Second action, move again, 1, 2, 3. Third action, move again, 1, 2, 3. That would be, yeah, he cannot get to the rope. It's in a wall, he can't open it. Or he can't open the portcullis and go into the room. What else is on his priority list? He could get the fireball wand, but it's not on his priority, object priority. I think that's it. He can't get anything. So the next line is combat, and we already know what's going to happen. He's going to target the wizard here. Alright, combat. Weekend versus a wizard. Weekend's special ability, he'll force us to play the weakest combat card in our hand. So we'll play 0. AI will draw from the combat card deck. And we'll have +2. So it's 2 versus 0. And AI wins. Woohoo. Okay, we'll discard that. The 0 goes back into our hand. And he's off the board. Second victory point to the AI. So that's 2 now. Next up, we have Extremist, which is here. Extremist's first objective is combat with 5 action points. I don't think there's anybody nearby that he could combat easily. 5 action points to move. Is there anybody that he could reach? Yeah, nobody's nearby. They're all too far away from him. So his next objective is reveal room. He's already next to this unrevealed room, so he'll go ahead and reveal it. And it is 37 counterclockwise. That's actually 37 clockwise, which is this card here in this orientation. So let's roll for, let's draw. What's in 37 clockwise? We have a bow, cool. We have a large shield, very nice. And we have our banshee, woohoo! Okay, that's our character. Let's roll for placement. The bow will go 6, 3, 6 here. 6 anywhere, but 3 is here. So anywhere along here. Let's place it here. Next up we have the large shield. 3, 6. That's the same row as last time. Alright, let's place it here. No, let's place it towards the end here. Alright, third roll is for our banshee. 5 and 1, which is right here. And that's Room Revelation. Next, we have our last NPC activation, which is Arthas. He's new to this turn. Let's take a look at his card. Mr. Arthas the Breaker. Objective, break portcullis. Oh, interesting. Okay. His special ability: for every 3 portcullis broken by Arthas, the non-player earns 1 victory point, regardless of scenario victory conditions. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. So Arthas, his first objective is break portcullis with 5 action points. Arthas is here. He wants to break portcullises by spending 5 action points. Now there's 2 portcullises which are closest to him, which is this one and this one. And for either one, normally he would go for the one that's closer to him. But as you can see, both of them are 2 spaces away. 1, 2, and 1, 2. So in this case, what we do is we roll a die. And let's say even, he's going this way. And then odd, he's heading this way. So even, he will travel this way. 1, 2. That's 1 action point. His second action point, he'll break the portcullis. That's broken. And then he'll spend his remaining actions to go to the nearest portcullis, unbroken portcullis. So the first one is moving in, 1, 2. Second action, he'll break it yet again. And he has 1 more action point left. His remaining action point, he's going to try to get to the closest portcullis that's not broken, or the one that he has to spend the least action points to get to. So this one he can get to by spending 1, 2 to move, 1 action point, 2 move, 3 jump. So to get here he needs to spend 3 action points. To break this one, he can't really get to, that's even further. And he can't go this way because I'm standing there. So he'll try to get as close as possible to this. And he'll spend his remaining action point to move 1 and 2, like that. That's the end of the NPC activation. We did quite a bit with our 5 active NPCs. We didn't do so much with our heroes because we only have 4 action points for our entire party. But the NPC obviously had a lot more action points. But that's turn 3. Let's see if we can turn the situation around in our next turn.